I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you a linear system based on interest problems. The question here is, John invested some money in a savings account that paid 3.5% per year and some in government bond that paid 4.5% per year. After 1 year, he earned $174 in interest. Define two variables, write an equation, and draw a graph for this information. So that's the question for you. You can always pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. Now let's define some variables here. Define two variables and write the equation. Now John has made investment, and these investments are in two different kind of accounts. So let's say this is my one account, that is the other one. Now one of these accounts is paying 3.5% interest, the other one pays 4.5% interest. This is the rate of interest. This is the rate of interest, right? Now we don't know how much amount has been paid in each, so or invested in each. So let us assume that John invests X dollars at savings account which pays 3.5% and Y dollars in the other account which pays 4.5% interest, right? Now the outcome of this is interest, correct? So both will give you interest. Let me say this is the first interest, this is the second one. The interest earned will be the amount into percent rate, right? So it is X times 3.5 over 100, which is equals to 0.035x. And here the interest earned will be the amount invested times the interest rate, which is 4.5%, means divided by 100, right? So that is 0.045y. Now what we know here is that sum of these two, when you add these two, then what do you get? You get a total amount of $174. You get $174. So that is the kind of equation, right? So our variables here are, let the amount invested be X at 3.5% and Y at 4.5%. So these are the two variables. And as you can see, we can form an equation using these variables. The equation is 0.035x plus 0.045y is equals to $174. So we have an equation here. We need to draw a graph for this information. Now x and y are your two variables which we can plot as coordinates of the axis, right? So now what we can do is we can just plot axis representing x and y here, right? So let me say x is on one side, y is on the other side. These are the dollars invested, right? These are the dollars invested. Now to draw this, we could actually find x and y intercepts and join them. That's one way of doing it. The other way could be, so x and y intercept is a nice way. So let's find x and y intercept, since we do have an equation in kind of standard form, right? So to find x intercept, we'll put y equals to 0, right? So if y equals to 0, in that case, what do we have? We have x is equals to 174 divided by 0.0035. Is it okay? So we get the amount x, right, as an x-intercept. When y is 0, let us say all the amount is invested in the savings account, which gives 3.5% interest. So in that case, we get 174 divided by 0.035, and this gives you in 4971, let's say $71. Let's approximate this, okay? The other amount, if I put x equals to 0, then this term is 0, right? And we get y equals to 174 divided by 0.045. Let's calculate this one, okay? So it is 174 divided by 0.045. It is equal to, in decimal, 3866. So it is 386. We'll round it to 7, okay? So let us say these are the amounts. In that case, the graph which represents this particular relation is the x and y intercepts joined with a straight line, since this represents a linear relation, correct? So we have y-intercept of around 5,000 and x-intercept around 3,600. So now we can draw a graph which will kind of look like this, right? So that is what is going to represent the given situation. These are possible combinations. Do you understand? So where this amount here in dollars will be, so this is the x value actually, so this will be 4971 and the y value is 3987, right? So that is how we can actually sketch the graph for the given information. I hope that helps. I'm Anil Kumar. You can always share and subscribe to my videos. Thank you and all the best.